Hello, welcome back to Being in Nothingness. Okay, so, we're struggling, of course, with a puzzle. Two beans, in fact. I can't believe we're struggling with a two-bean puzzle. But we are. I think I want to try it again, at the very least, seeing if I can figure out exactly what to do here. I came to a couple conclusions. I think the idea that I started off with, this one, is quite interesting. I realize at this current moment I am completely out of bookmarks. If I don't have them at all. I was going to save this point, but I don't have bookmarks. That's because I kinda didn't unlock them. Okay. Question, can I access all these puzzles here? Oops, I don't think I can. Oh well. Okay, I might have to go and play some puzzles, unlock them, grab some bookmarks and come back. I'll do the next episode, or before next episode. So let's try and solve some puzzles, right? I wanted to develop this idea a bit further. If I had a cloud here, I think it's interesting that I can like do this sort of thing. Have you moved back and forth and have a roller here? So the idea is that when the roller comes in, the bucket will actually walk up and collect the blue bean. It'll get shot into a cloud. You get this interesting mess here. I think I could work that towards my favor as well. I kind of want... Yeah, I think I want that, right? Okay. And I could have a red bean here, of course. To set everything up. So the idea is, can I extend this a bit further? Can I extend this a bit further? I think the answer is maybe yes, actually. So I can have a roller here. I can have another standing object here. That just be one roller to work with. And I'm thinking, if I can squeeze you into a small enough space... maybe not. I want a third cloud here that eventually gets shot at. But the idea is that I only want it shot at a certain time. That's kind of difficult to pull off, unless I had it in combination with something else. So in this case, it might be another roller bean. Another one of these guys. I see the challenge here is that... Actually, I think this might be fine to start. Okay. So let's try and think of this idea a bit. Here the roller rolls out of the way. I might be able to get this bean out. Okay, perfect. And surprisingly, this leaves this. I kind of don't like that fact, but we can consider it. Is this going to eventually cause some weird transfer? No, this is going to be permanently... Okay, permanently a problem. Okay. Can this bean be like a white bean or something? Well, no, you always bring a blue bean down. Okay, question. What if I put the roller further away? Like so. Oh. The idea being that even if the roller is further away, I should still have time to do stuff. Like, now I can probably put the thing here. Is that going to change anything? Aren't the clouds going to shoot? Like, isn't this cloud just going to shoot all the way down past like 3 beans? There's like a million beans it can shoot from. I guess it's kind of interesting that this can happen. But yeah, that's not gonna work. That shuffle is slightly off. Can I change things? Maybe put the white bean closer up. Okay, let's try doing that. Okay. I'm gonna grab the white bean. I'm gonna shove you down, leave the white bean here. You won't pick that up, obviously, because you'll be busy grabbing the blue bean. This is quite promising, but I'm kind of not very satisfied with the fact that you have to like try out a bunch of different methods. Okay, so we'll wait here, we'll shoot here to drop that bean down. We'll do this, we'll do that. Okay. Not sure I like that idea very much. It actually prevents you from moving the yellow white bean. Oh, that works actually. It's a bit slow. Actually, it's a bit fast. It's a bit fast, okay. It works, but it's a bit fast. Okay, how can I change that? Well, there are other places I could put the white bean. For example, I could put the white bean here. At this point, we're like running out of options to place white beans though. Yeah, sure. Okay, that is even worse. So white bean shouldn't be there. Okay. Well, I can put maybe the roller in other places. That won't change things much though. Would it? Like, this only gives me one other spot to put a white bean. That's horrible. I should put the white bean here. Yeah, and then we reach the same conclusion where the white bean will never be put down there. Whoa, how in the world? Oh! Okay, so that happens, you pick up... Okay, I understand how that creates the... Wait, that's even worse. Are we just randomly trying out stuff? This looks very promising, I will say. Okay, do we figure out why this didn't work? Okay, what is the reason why this roller positioning doesn't work? Oh, kind of because of that. If I put the white bean down right now, maybe things change? I don't like that. That's kind of messy. And it shoots through a bunch of stuff. Okay, that looks fine. But now you just get shot into a cloud in the wrong position. Okay. Should I have put the white bean somewhere else? Well, the white bean's already there. Let's try doing that. I might have lost a bit of time here by delaying so long. Absolutely, okay. That works, but it is too short of a timer. Can I change that by putting the white bean back? Gosh, how long did I... Jeez. Okay, so here, roller. That roller stops. I think we did consider this before. Okay. So white... but the white bean being there doesn't really work. In fact, I can't put it down because you just picked it up. And if I wait for you to put it there, which I'm sure will cause some issues. Like, yeah, it just caused some issues right now. There's nothing that works here. I'm fairly certain. I'm not quite sure if, you know, every single possible combination of beans here was checked and made sure that there was no unintended solution here. Is there a way to do this? And if so, is there a way to logically figure out how? The roller can only be in like 3 places. It can technically be in 4, but I feel like at that point I could try. But the position of the roller doesn't seem to really matter much. You know, on the consideration that whoa, yeah, no, that's right. I don't know what I was thinking. This kind of puts the bean in the bad spot. Yeah. I don't really know how to do it though. So if I had put the roller in a different spot, say here. Like, does that make a difference? I don't think so. it's the exact same set of actions. It's the exact same set of actions, yeah. And like this shuffle doesn't work long enough. And if I had put the bean here instead, if I had the bucket holding on to the white bean instead, I think things are even worse, honestly. Because the white bean gets shot at. And I think that's a bad thing. So should I put it down? I guess right now it doesn't really matter. But it might matter here? Surprisingly, it doesn't. Now it would. Yeah, okay. So maybe if the white bean were placed down... Well, the white bean can't be placed down further. And right now that's just bad. It's gonna... yeah. Okay. Can the white bean be placed up higher? I don't see how that would work, but I'll try. This is not very fun. The idea is to do this. Actually. You might be out of time here. But you know that works perfectly. Isn't this the exact same set of actions that occur? Yeah, surprisingly it works out identically here. If I shot here to put the bean down, will that cause interesting things to happen? Maybe. Oh, no, that sucks. Okay. I don't like that, yeah. The end goal must be in some way to get that cloud to end up there. The cloud being carried right now doesn't really work. This is not fun. I'm clearly missing something that I'm supposed to do instead. Okay, so here we get the exact same thing. I'm fairly certain that actually this causes just the exact same set of things to happen. Yeah. So that's not good. If the roller were in a different position... I mean, we kind of already figured what happens afterwards. Well, here I can't do anything about it. So now the cloud gets put in a different position like that. Okay, that's because the white bean was in a bad spot. Okay. Let's get you to only carry the blue bean. Oh, don't push that way. Put the white bean down. Put you down. Not very... actually, I think the roller's in a bad spot. Roller goes up one higher. This takes a bit shorter than I would like. That's interesting. It's a bit slow. So yeah, it's a bit slow. So how can I extend this? How can I extend this? Could there already be a second roller in play here? That's kind of like hogging, maybe. I thought that's kind of a good idea, a nice idea. It's not very nice, but I wonder if having two rollers is interesting as well. Oh no, in this case, I suppose the one carrying the white bean has to be the one further away. Okay, well, how about this? Well, these guys are in sync. I don't think I really want them to be in sync. Okay, now they're not in sync at all. I guess. Okay, sure. Something's wrong with this. Look at this. Okay, there's some back and forth, but right now the cloud just yeah. So it doesn't really work either. Okay, what if the ruler were down here? Again, I'm just like grasping at straws or something. I'm just randomly trying out stuff in hopes that it works. Okay, so here it fails even faster. Yeah, waiting here doesn't really matter. The timing doesn't change. I don't think my idea really works. Again, grasping at straws. I feel like it kind of just uses the right amount of materials. But it does suck because, yeah, it just does. There's no timer that works long enough though, is there? I'm not sure what kind of timer. Okay, can we experiment and see if there exists a funny timer that actually does work long enough? So here's going to be, I don't know. I mean, what am I doing, really? If I did this, what happens? I'm just gonna let it run. Actually, I should shoot you somewhere. You get white bean stuck there, right? And that's kind of permanent. If I did in fact do this, then that exposes the white bean, which is bad. So I don't actually want to do this. In that case, there's nothing good I can do. That's the only thing that like really I can do. Okay. So if instead the bucket was here, you get the cloud there. Is that right? Or am I like, did I do this wrong? Here. Yeah, that's a problem. Okay, and hypothetically, if you had instead dropped the bean here, how would things change? Isn't that really interesting? That puts the card in a bad position. Okay. I think that's kind of interesting. It doesn't really work. But it is interesting. So that's, yeah. Okay, I get why that doesn't work. It's kind of hard to prevent because there's a lot of steps to getting there. Actually, I don't even know how I'll put this bean here anyway. It could be that... It could be that the blue bean... Sorry. It could be that you were grabbing the white bean first. But putting the white bean down is kind of not a good idea. That is really interesting. That is not enough. That is not enough steps, definitely. Yeah. Way too few steps. It gets the bean in the right place. I couldn't like do it one step higher, could I? For example, like if I did it one step higher, would things change? Where would this need to be? Here? Okay, then the same problem occurs, yeah. Okay, so one step higher doesn't really work. Does this do anything? Yeah, that dies instantly. If it were here, sorry. That also dies. Again, grasping at straws. I don't think that's how I'm supposed to do it. And yet, I don't see any other way to do it besides developing some sort of long timer. It's gotta be some long timer. But what is it? I just think if I did in fact get a roller to be stuck here, which doesn't make sense because... Well, there could be reasons it would work. Like, for example, it could be that I step here and then you get released and then there exists another set of rollers here. No, but a second roller here doesn't... Okay, well, the other thing that could happen is actually... a bucket that's like holding on to... I don't know. Let's see. How about a white bean? If you were holding on to a white bean, there's a white bean here, blue bean here. Good thing is at least you're not gonna do anything funny. Well, timing wise, it kind of isn't very good. Yeah, timing wise, this doesn't quite work out. But if it did work out, how would things change? I don't know. I'm wondering if I could get this to work out, because what could happen is that this bucket could be moving. It could be moving and holding on to a white bean. Could be a roller here. Actually, before I do all that, gotta get the other things ready. Let's say I give you the other white bean, I guess. Let's say I give you the blue bean. I don't know, this is very scuffed. Again, clearly not going to be in time for this. Can't believe that happens, by the way. This doesn't work, does it? Oh my god, it works. There's time for this. Okay, I am very suspicious about that. No, this clearly doesn't work. Yeah. Something's up with the timing, but... Okay, suppose that bucket wasn't holding on to the white bean. That's my other option. Okay. I know you grab that, whatever. Ooh, timing wise. Oh, I can get you to drop your bean like that. Interesting. I don't like that. Okay. I'll just leave you there for now. I guess the idea is that I don't need this bucket to exist yet. Just the clouds. Just the beans. Okay. So the idea is that here I shoot you. Hold on. I shoot you. You bounce away and I'll shoot that. Okay. So that's how I set you up without actually touching that? Sure. Okay. Timing wise, this somehow works. I'm very surprised. There's some glimmer of hope in me that makes me imagine that there could be something going on here. So if things change like that, don't quite know if that's good. Oh, that's horrible. That's horrible. That's even worse. That's so bad. Yeah. So it was better if you held onto your bean, and even then that wouldn't work because the bean would be in the wrong spot anyway. And I suppose the white bean doesn't technically have to be. It kind of has to be here. Of course, it has to be. I don't know what I'm doing at this point. Again, trying random positions. Trying random positions for the... Oh, white bean there is bad. Yep. Again, trying out random positions for the whole thing isn't going to work. Yeah, there's still other places I could put the white bean, but it's all not going to work, I guess. It's here. Which I think is kind of wacky. I don't know. Let's see. Ah, really? They bump into each other, which causes you to shoot that? Okay. At this point, I'm so certain that this isn't it. This really can't be it. This is just too complicated. The way that I'm supposed to find this trick out, there must be some method to getting it. Every other two beans so far hasn't seemed nearly as horrendous. So I'm thinking, even by the high standards of this island, I've said this before, it can't be this bad. There's clearly something I'm missing, but I just don't see how I could set up a 16 turn long timer. Besides that weird bucket shuffle. And like... It's so interesting there are so many ways to get this done in the exact number of moves required to walk here. I think that's really interesting that there are multiple ways to do that. But none of them can result in a sufficiently long bucket, whatever. Like one of them was this one, right? I think one of them was having the cloud be here. I forget what it was exactly. Something like that, I don't know. That's a lot of turns. I don't know that's enough, but that feels somewhat right. The problem is the cloud is in a very bad spot. And I've used a lot of my resources. I can't get a third cloud to stand here and do things properly. Why do I keep going back to the idea of timers and I keep doing this to myself? I don't know. I mean, this because it has to be a timer. It's just one that I have to find a different way to set. Like, this is a timer, right? There's nothing I can do while walking past this. It just has to be something that takes 16 whole turns to get here. And I just cannot figure out what that is. I'm finding so many weird bucket shuffles, and I'm yet to even understand if I'm right or not. I might need to ask the creator about this, because I'm just really clueless. Yeah, my question is going to be, is it a bucket shuffle or not? I think the chances are yes, because that's the only thing that really oscillates in this level. So that's the only thing that can really last 16 turns or more. But I might be wrong about that. Is there any other way to get you to walk on and off of this? It's like, can it really be a vertical bucket bouncing back and forth? I don't think it can be. Because I clearly can't put objects on these spaces. On the water is definitely impossible. Man, if it's a bucket shuffle, I'm kind of not having fun trying to figure it out. Yeah, I'm gonna not try this level out. I'm gonna probably move on to the next puzzle soon. So yeah, Tempestuous Square next episode. This one I am leaving on hold. Gosh, okay. Well, that's probably gonna be the end of the episode then. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you guys next time. Bye bye.